And your boy Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Spoon.
Skibidi-bidi-dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kua, kudileo.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, I. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you bought today? Yes, what you bought today? Beseku. Ba. Skidibidi dabado.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEOs, Dan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon.
You wanna get a news update, to spoon.
What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you bought today? Yes, what you bought today? Beseku. Ba. Skidibidi dabado.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEOs downtown with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia.
Monrovia,
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Africa.
Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to.
Okay, so folks, it's a pleasant way to welcome you to another edition of the program, the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. Of course, we're here again live on Spoon 107.5 FM. We're live on Fabric 101.1 FM, Super 95.5 FM as well, and other frequencies across the country. Thanks for joining us tonight on this edition of the program. The Late Night Show is where we get to talk about the trending national issues. Of course, we afford every single person the opportunity to express themselves, to have their views, aired here on every single edition of the program. And so, I want to say welcome to the show again. My name is Nelson Colette, and I encourage you to share the program. Kindly share the show as you join us tonight. Because this edition of the program is heavily loaded just for you. We're here to make sure that you get the best as you watch your TV or listen to your radio across the world on this very network, the Spoon Network. Okay, so again, we wish our co-moderator Moba Zoka a speedy recovery. He's gonna be with us hopefully on Monday. Moba is gonna be joining us. But again, welcome to the show. Let me post a link. Today is Saturday here in Saturday in some parts of the world, but here in Liberia today is Sunday morning. So I'm gonna post a link. Let's have folks coming on, man. If you're watching the show, you can join us. Just use that link and join us tonight. But let me say welcome to the show. Let me go across and bring in Sandy, Mr. Jalau Sandy, to the show. Sandy, welcome. It's good to have you. You are muted.
I am muted. Yes. Good evening, my brother. Good morning to you.
Yeah, it's morning from my end. It's 3:47 a.m. here. Yeah, so
it's 8:47 p.m. here on Saturday. 8:47 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh, okay. 8:47. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm 2 hours behind the CEO.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so there it should be 10:47. 10:47. Okay.
Yeah, 10:47 has 10 place. Yes.
Wow. It's so amazing how this whole time thing works. We're in the same word, and then Interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. It's so amazing how this whole time thing works. We're in the same word, but
Whatever
say,
is interesting, don't say
no,
it.
no, no, no. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm not
You
saying
just,
it at all. I'm not
yeah.
even going there. I'm not getting into anybody's privacy here. There's somebody's husband right there, so I'm not
Yeah,
going
somebody, future husband right there. I tell you.
yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, but it's good to be here again, man. And usually on the weekend, there are lots of activities. So many people get busy with the weekend activities, especially the females. I don't know as to whether you've taken notice of that, but especially the females, they get busy with the weekend activities and all of that.
yeah.
But it's good that we're here tonight. Yeah.
Hopefully, we
So
can get people join us. We have the link in the comment
yeah,
section.
yeah, sure. The link is in the comment section
Yeah.
for those who need to join. And okay, so I don't forget. I hope I can share the show as well. And folks out there, you can share the program as you come on. Uh, so we move on with this very important conversation here today. Today. So we're informed that the vice president, oh sorry, I keep saying vice president, right? So we get used to it. The president elect um touched down in the United States today. There was a statement that came from the office of the president elect. There's a statement that came from there. We'll look at that as well. Today, the Liberia National Police addressed uh, the press on trending security issues. Maybe we should bring a portion of that, Cindy, just before we kickstart the conversation here. Um, let's try to bring a portion of that. I was trying to get that coming through here, but again, other things came in. So let me see if I can bring this for you, our folks out there, so that you have an idea of this one. No, this is not what I want to do. Okay, okay, okay. So let's hope we can do this. Um, Moses Carter is the police spokesperson, police spokesman. So I want us to have a listen to this.
To all of you, welcome. Thanks for honoring our invitation. We have invited you to brief you on an ongoing investigation which we've launched into the death of one of our citizens who yesterday in the 72nd community. He's Joshua Solomon. Joshua is 34 years old, and prior to his death, he served as a national pageant trainer at the Ministry of Information. Peace be to his ashes. May his soul and the souls of all faithful departed rest in perfect peace. We like to say to Liberians, we are not going to sweep under the carpet anything as it relates to the unscrupulous act that led to Joshua's death. Joshua's death will be duly investigated with time, and I can assure you with time, and justice will be served. Reports available to us has it that Joshua met his untimely death as a result of internal bleeding. And it is reported that he was one of those victims of aggravated assault in Cinco on the 11th of August in Cinco, when rabble supporters of the Unity Party and that of the Coalition for Democratic Change had an altercation during the campaign. And so we have collected in Cinco when rabble supporters of the Unity Party and that of the aggravated assault in Cinco on the 11th of August in Cinco, when rabble supporters of the Unity Party and that of the Coalition for Democratic Change had an altercation during the campaign. And so we have collected some video footages in our possession as it relates to the incident that took place, and those in the public, so that if some of you look on social media, you'll be able to see some of the footages on social media. And so we ask members of the public to assist us with information on the perpetrators of that alleged aggravated assault that has caused the death of Joshua Solomon. We can assure the family, the relatives, the friends of Joshua Solomon that his death will be duly investigated, and that those culpable or responsible for his death will be made to account for their actions in a court of competent jurisdiction. And I want to say to you, members of the press, like we've done in other cases, we will ensure that justice is served. Between now, going forward to next week, with the cooperation from the public, we are hopeful of reaching a logical conclusion in ensuring that arrest is made for those responsible for the death of Joshua, to account for their actions in the court of law. I want to say thank you so much. Again, I say our deepest condolences to the bereaved families of the late Joshua Solomon, and with a commitment that justice will be served. Thank you so much.
So at this, okay, Master, which institution?
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm Mazak Kane. I have two doubts. When did this incident happen? When was Joshua attacked?
I said in August.
In August.
Right.
Was there any complaint filed? And then how did you know? Have you gotten a medical report that you died from internal bleeding?
I just intimated that we have report of the cause of death, which I just alluded to. I said we have a report on that. Okay, so it is, on the basis of charging anyone to court, you must have all the available evidence, and I can show you that everything will be done in line with the law.
Okay, who else?
Let me ask this question.
Benjamin?
Okay. My name is Benjamin Quay Johnson. I report for Freedom FM and Freedom I'm concerned. Mr. Carter, you said Joshua attacked in August of this year, 3 or 4 months ago now. Why and then he were attacked? You got no made any arrest until he did.
Well, I told you, I think there was a question asked earlier on when we had a press conference. If some of you recall, I did tell you that the Ministry of Justice commissioned what we call a special investigative, committee on elections to investigate all electoral violence, and all of those investigations are ongoing. You asked me about the situation from Somalia Drive. I told you that investigation is ongoing. So all of these coming up. This incident happened.
Yes, Lincoln Peter.
Yeah, my name is Lincoln Peters, and I write for the New Time newspaper. You just stated, Honorable Captain, that two people have video footages and other evidence about some people who were they're linked to the action. So, and you talk about the fight that occurred between the Unity Party and that of the CDC. With the evidence in your possession, who are some of those persons of interest that have been linked to this crime?
So at this juncture, we are definitely going to work with the members of the public to assist us with available information on some of those persons. However, there were several other persons caught on camera, some of whom I had to be identified. And so we are going to work with members of the public, community dwellers, even political parties, both from the unity and that of the CDC to assist us in identifying.
A follow up to that, on Facebook, we have been seeing the photo of a lady known as Queen Johnson, affectionately called the Rescue General. A photo have been parading on Facebook.
If Queen Johnson is caught in the video, if she's caught in that video, she is not above the law. The law will take its course.
Watson.
Okay, so there you have it. Let me bring Francis to the show. Francis, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good evening.
Okay. Let me just get this one off. Okay. So we were here last evening talking about this particular incident. Though we just spoke of that in passing, we touched on it a bit and then we had to move on. But the police has gotten involved. Police have gotten involved, and as most of you are aware, this thing about the death of this young man came up a couple of days ago. That was on the 1st of December, and it claimed the attention of a lot of people, social media posts and everything, and then people started getting concerned as to who is this individual, what led to his death, and all other things started to come into the picture. Later, a video surfaced on the social media about this young man being manhandled by by another group of young people, and then it went on that one thing to another. People started to link this to the violent situation on the 11th of August. Now, let's go back a little to the 11th of August. A lot of you remember that the Unity Party, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, had his naming ceremony. He had decided to name his running mate on that very day, and there was commotion. There was serious tension leading to that situation, even to have Ambassador Boakai leave his residence to go to the rescue center where they had planned to carry on this process. It was a tough one all by itself. There were clashes between the CDC and the Unity Party on that very day, the 11th of August. Now, I remember vividly that a lot of people got wounded, including a taxi driver. We played that video here repeatedly where a taxi driver was wounded in the process. And according to him, he called the attention of the police. The police said they could not do anything, and he was bleeding seriously while sitting in his vehicle. And there was another situation with other folks who got severely wounded as a result of the incident. So from the 11th of August to September 11 to October 11 to December 11. Okay, so no, it's not December 11 yet. So from August 11 to September 11 to October 11 and then November 11, you're talking about pretty close to 4 months since this incident occurred. Now, this video that is surfacing on the social media now only went viral when this young man passed. When the information of his death came out, that's when this particular video started to go viral. But it doesn't take away from the fact that there have been a video about this young man being manhandled by another group of young people. Now, similar situation happened during this ACOB and unit and the CDC violence on the Somalia Drive again, where another young man was being manhandled, and everyone thought that he even lost his life. But later information came up that he's alive and so forth, but he was undergoing some medical attention. Another violent situation. You want to speak of the Lofa County. You want to speak of other incidents that occurred in the heat of the election. So this is just one of the many situations that occurred. So now the police have gotten involved since this young man have lost his life, Joshua Solomon. The police said they're leaving no stone untouched or no stone unturned. They will not sweep this thing under the carpet. You listen to the police spokesman, Moses Carter. And he said that according to information they have in their possession, the medical report of this young man, Joshua Solomon, that Joshua died of internal bleeding. So that statement alone kind of links the death of Joshua to what transpired on the 11th of August. So from that statement, one was that would suggest to anyone that the fact that Joshua, according to what the police is saying now, died of internal bleeding means that the way he was treated, manhandled on the 11th of August, contributed to his death. Now, as you see here, let me bring this one in. So this is Joshua before the incident occurred, and this is Joshua after the incident. Now, when he was seeking, getting some medical attention and stuff like that. So the police is now agreeing with the report that this individual died of internal bleeding. But there are so many questions that will come up, especially when the police now is getting involved with this particular thing. The first thing is this video have been on the social media. The video about this young man being manhandled have been on the social media, like so many other videos from different violent situations we've had in the country. That particular video have been on the social media. So the first question is, why is the police just getting involved with this particular investigation? Now they are saying that they're not going to sweep it under the carpet. Is it a reactive approach? And how does that even solve some of the issues that we have? Now, aside from the death of Joshua, the fact that there was so many violence, so many people were affected by the violence that erupted on that particular day, the 11th of August, what happens to the rest of the people whose names have not surfaced with respect to they maybe being hospitalized. Of course, we saw a lot of people on cameras who were bleeding, but what happened to those other people who were badly wounded or severely injured on that day? Um, and so forth. I mean, there are just lots of questions that are coming into the picture as the police takes on this particular investigation. But we can have you share your thoughts on this one. The police said um, it was aggravated assault, and they will not sweep this under the carpet. They have reports in their possession that this young man lost his life as a result of internal bleeding since the 11th of August 2023, and they are taking on the investigation from there. Let's hear from you on this, Sandy.
Yeah, well, Nelson, good morning again to you and to our listening audience. Now, we briefly talked about this yesterday. It's a sad story, but it's a good news. It's good that the Liberian police are on the case. At least we are hearing from them that they have clear understanding of what happened to him, and that they will ensure he get justice, and his family get justice.
Mhm.
So it's good. It's good news that it's a good news in the right direction. There are a lot of questions you ask. There are other people that were also victimized. And I hope this will be the beginning of thorough investigations to cover the entire electoral process or period. During the electoral period, a lot of wrong things went wrong. Happened. A lot of things happened that went wrong. And so it is incumbent upon the national police and our justice system to ensure that the people get justice, all of them. But it's good. I hope that with the videos we have seen, that the police can make some arrests. And those that did this to Joshua will pay for it. The man's life was taken away from him brutally. So it's good news, Nelson. I hope the police are taking it serious. They sound like they're taking it serious. It sounds to me that they have a lot of they have some evidence that they can use to go after those that killed this man.
Wow.
And I'm just looking forward to seeing how it's going to turn out.
Now, Cindy, given the timing of this particular situation, uh, considering that it happened at a time when the both political parties, the two major political parties in the heat of the election, um, were having a clash,
Mm.
you know, and this individual uh, who lost his life, unfortunately, now belong to one side of the political divide. I mean, do you see some sort of political attachment with this whole thing here? What do you see from the political aspect? Now, good thing, like you said, the police have gotten involved. Now they're talking about investigation at that level. But what do you see from the political angle here?
If there are some political play that is bringing the police forth at this time, is that your question?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Well, this is very similar to what we talked about yesterday
Yeah,
regarding Madam Scott, Musu Scott, right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, the timing would be that the police are taking this serious because we are in a transition period. Will also be that they are just gather the necessary information they needed to come public. So I don't want to attach politics to this, really.
Okay.
I don't want to, I want to believe that the police are professional and they are doing their work professionally. Perhaps they just gather the information they needed to come out. And if that's the case, then that's okay. But I mean, again, one could ask that, or one could say that there have been videos on the internet. Since this thing happened, there has been videos. So why now? It could also be a question people could ask. But for me, it's good that the police are out and saying, look, we are going to make arrest. We are going to make arrest and we are going to get to the bottom of this issue. Let the police do that. And let this serve as a warning. Those that will be arrested, if found guilty, let them be penalized. And let this serve as a warning that to the young people that we can go to elections, but we don't have to kill each other. You killed a man either for George Weah or for Ome Boakai. And I'm saying either, I don't know the intent. But it was because of his political difference with the other group, obviously. Now, what benefit will you get? Will you get job in this incoming administration? What benefit will it give you? How do you feel now? Those that did this, if you haven't been arrested, wherever you are, how do you feel now? That another Liberian or young, good-looking young man is dead because of your action. Is dead because of your poor decision. So I really hope that, politics aside, the Liberian National Police will go after this case and that they will ensure the family get justice for Joshua. Thank you, Nelson.
Wow. Thank you, Sandy. Let's hear your take on this, Francis.
Yeah, dude, it's just sad to see what happened to that brother. But we talked about that last night. But today, based on what the police, police spokesman Moses Carter talked about today, they shouldn't even wait for this brother to pass before they even start to investigate anything. It's a shame. It's a shame that where our people live in a country where you can be brutalized, you can be abused, you can be harmed, and the police will just sit back and do nothing. This is not an isolated incident. Look, what's the investigation that's going on in Lofa? We heard that a few people got arrested, took to the police station, and we are not hearing anything now. What happened in Nema County with the vice president-elect and Senator Prince Johnson when they were on their way to campaign? The alleged incident of them coming on a gunfire attack and things like that. You know, so these things happen all over the country, right? This thing happen all over the country, and this is the outcome when you have a country that there's no security, no law and order. You have people. I always like go back to my visit to Liberia, January of 2022, when when I saw the police cruiser parked on the side of the road, and my cousin told me, "Oh, there's a big police officer here." I'm like, "How you know there's a big police officer here?" He said, "You don't see that car?" And I asked him, I said, "Oh, because of that car, that's why you said a big policeman here?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Geez." So the people that when you call 911, the patrolmen, why do they drive then? If this cruiser is a big police chief car, then why does the patrolman drive? He said, "Probably you better move for here." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "If you call police, first of all, you can't even call 911. If you gotta go on the road or you gotta call policeman cell phone directly, they gotta rent keke for him to come get you. Then when they gotta arrest somebody, gotta rent another keke for him to take the people." That is a problem, because the people that put their lives on the line, they walk by line, they count the lepo, like we can say. They count the lepo in the street. The people that sit down in air conditioned office that get the big fat paycheck, They drive the cars that the police officer in the streets will be driving. So how do you expect crowd control? How do you expect rapid response in a country where in the police officer uniform, the sun not beating, the blue turn to purple? But you got people, fat cats sitting in offices with the cars just parked. How can you run a country like that? The people that we expect to put their lives on the line, those people that drive the cars, they ask when was the last time any of them responded to a violent situation? Never. When things happening, they look for riot police. That's when they park them up in the pickup trucks and haul them to one location. No, the police should be respected. They should be treated right, and then they'll be able to protect the citizens. Because that incident shouldn't have gotten to that point. Because if those,
but Francis, are you saying here that it got at this point to see a violence that took place on the 11th of August, where several citizens from both sides of the political divide were brutalized, injured.
Right.
Even some of those who did not have time for the politics, like the taxi driver. I'm trying to get that video. A taxi driver who was just going about his normal activity. He was being wounded. He was bleeding severely in his vehicle.
Yeah.
From the 11th of August to September 11 to October 11 to November 11, 3 months, almost 4 months, to have it, to see a death of one of the victims before having the police coming up with such a statement. Are you saying that this is all happening because the police is not empowered, the police is not equipped, and that's why we have these things happening?
Exactly, because everything is a ripple effect, right, Nelson? Okay, if you have a well-trained and well-equipped police force, right, in a city, let's just look at Monserrado County alone, right?
Okay.
If you have a well-funded police force that is, when I talk about patrolmen, they are patrolling the streets, they are patrolling the cities, right? So when there is an outbreak of violence, let's just say a red light market, it should take less than 5 minutes for police to pull over, to roll over there. It should take less than 5 minutes. But what happens when there's violence going on? How long does it take for police to show up? It takes a while for them to show up because they have to mobilize for Central, for the National Police Headquarters. They have to mobilize, and then before they get pickup trucks and haul them to that area. Every city should have its own police department. Red Light should have its own police depot. And from that, if something going on in Red Light, the police assigned to Red Light should be able to respond rapidly. But none of this stuff happens because they don't even get the intelligence. Because imagine 4 months, almost 4 months before somebody has to die, before you start even investigating. You don't even have to wait for that. The fact that it happened that day, that was a crime that happened for them to be fighting like that and hurting each other during that demonstration. And that's a crime. So immediately August 11, investigation should have kicked in. And they should have started putting, people post all kinds of stuff. Thank God for social media. This video is not new. Probably we have just started going viral because they got passed. But I'm pretty sure if the police was serious about investigating what happened on August 11th, they would have locked people up by now or investigated a bunch of people by now. Because the video would have been made available. Because there were I think, other journalists or other platforms that were going live that day. So
Certainly.
It's not supposed to take this long. That's the problem. So let's just put the death aside. It's sad that it happened. But what they're doing to our people, the government doing to our people, hopefully it change with the new government coming in. The police should be a respected institution wherein the people that go there, they're not going there because they want to hustle in the street to stop the camera and the keke body to get $5, $10 from them. No, they should go into the police force because they want to serve that community, and the community will respect them for the sacrifices they are making to help them sleep sound at night. But these guys have no respect right now because the country, the government don't respect them.
Now, we're going to come back to you, Francis, but let's hear from Dr. Ishmael on this. You are muted.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Colette, and I want to say happy Sunday to you guys. Happy Sunday to everyone in Viewland. And yes, of course, let us talk about this issue about election violence. In our country, where we're from, what takes place among us when we have an election is so unfortunate that we have to have this kind of an incident that will regret a citizen passing away. So, and this is bad. This is unfortunate. It shouldn't be happening in our country. But this is unfortunate for us. This is what we experience in our country, and this is not the first case. It's been happening, and we've been hearing about it. But what my brother was just talking about the police is this is another factor. But we need, because election is about the people putting in the leaders. It's the time that we should be able to come together and choose our leader that we want to carry on for the next period of time. So I don't think that. We should be it's something that the citizens should be passing away for this kind of a thing. And most of the things is we the citizens, we ourselves will go against each other. So this is where what should take place for me. I would think that the election commissioner need to have more education on these things, and civil society as well. Even these things need to be taught so our people cannot be we cannot lose life when it comes to election. It's something that we're selecting our leader, and something that people that will lead us in for the next time. So I think the election commissioner should do more work on it. And for us, the election have taught us something. It shouldn't be about violence. We know that election have tension, like in any part of the world, like in America, but you can see it happening. Like you say, people will die for this kind of a thing. Anytime people die with this kind of a thing, I know that something was not right. So I think we can learn from this, from the election commission coming forward. Should have more education on this, and this should go for society. And where are those people in the media? I was in Liberia during the election period when the campaign was going on in September. There was not too much education on the different media about the education to tell people that this we're having election. It doesn't mean that we are divided. When we divided, so I'm CDC, although we are all Liberians. So when we go together like that, then we say, oh, but maybe why you can't wear a t-shirt? That you're wrong. So we should try to refrain from these things, and we should try to understand that we're having election. It's just about us selecting an idea that we want to carry for us in the next coming period. That is my take on this.
So what can you say about the investigative process, the timing, and all of that? This incident occurred on the 11th of August. Now we're talking about an investigation that is starting after the death of this young man. What does that say about our system, and security, how people even go about exercising respect for the rule of law?
You see, the administration that was in place, there was no check and balance, and so people were just doing anything they want. The measures that should have been taken, that should have been put in place before, it had not been in place. And now when things happen, then they want to check. When nothing happened before it can even happen, there should have been good security in place. My brother was just saying, Francis was saying, that the police should have done their work. But it took a long time until you see there was investigation going on until the death of this brother. When it came out, they realized that the officer themselves, the police, they are human beings. They realized that it shouldn't have gone on, but they will not come out to say they are at fault. So, for we in society, we know that we are at fault.
You think for the police, for any reason, should be at fault here, given the time and after the death of this man, before talking about this investigation on this level?
Excuse me, when you talk, I want to ask you a question back. If you say, if you ask a question, you say if the police are at fault for what?
Now I'm talking about the timing, right? The
Yeah.
timing. Um, an incident that occurred on the 11th of August, and then talking about investigation after the death of the young man. Is there anything wrong with respect to the timing,
Oh, Mr.
given
Kole,
when the incident occurred to that of the time that the police is taking off this particular investigation?
no, Mr. Kole, you are right for asking this question. Yes, now I get your point. Now, the police, I think for me, I think the audience let him be the judge because what has happened, I think it should have been after this long time before now, after the death of our brother, before the police can come out and say they want to go and investigate what went on. When this thing happened, he was hospitalized. So immediately the information reached them, they should have started conducting an investigation prior to his death. So by this time, they will be able to conclude what really went on. This is what I think.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks a whole lot. Let me welcome Jerry Nima Nipa, the Pelican governor, to the show. Jerry, welcome. I mean,
Yeah,
anytime you wear that shit, then you ready to self-regulate on the show.
no man, no. You see, I'm in my really sad mood in terms of what you guys. I've been following the show, but I just came from church. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's after 1 o'clock yet. But I mean, I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you. And uh, this situation is extremely sad, regardless of who is involved. I mean, that's why the last time when I listened to Senator Dillon, he said, "But how can we give 20 million to the LMP, and then 6 million out of that is for
Mm.
logistics. So for every time the LMP say, oh, we ain't get logistics and blah, 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 bro, it's something about being very responsive. Not because it is, I don't want to really sound political today. It's about, the country. It's about Jerry. It's about anybody. It could be anybody. Let's leave the issue of political violence. Like somebody is somewhere, people having armed robbery, they call, and then you can't get the police there. Sometimes when somebody die already before the police can get on the scene, and they are making it appear like they ain't getting no budgetary support. This is unpatriotic. This is wicked. Except the way they have to, the police were not saying something to us. If they can put the money in a budget and two of them were not giving it to them, let them tell us. Let them say it. The way the NTA, National Transit Authority boss said, oh, say you put the money in the budget. They don't say, look, we put the money in the budget here for the time. He said, but we receive it. You will not talk because maybe you go low tomorrow, you get missing or something will happen. But this is not the kind of country we opted for. People saw the outgoing president as somebody. What are the Joseph Boakai time? It's about time that human security should be a top priority to every security person. Because your first duty is to protect life and property. I don't know whether that has become a cliche or it's just cosmetic. Because if you notice that whether that citizen demonstrating you, whether that the other people doing this thing, this is a young man we're talking about. It's not because he go to CDC, he's a member of CDC. Not because I'm a supporter of Unity Party, so I should, not live. I think the police is not saying something to us. Because continuously they've been challenged by members of the legislature that, look, we put 20 million US dollars in the budget for the last 6 years. 14 million of that amount goes to, how they call salary and all of that. The other 6 million goes to logistics.
Jerry, you want to help us link this situation to budgetary allotment for the police?
No, it means
how that connects.
I'm trying to say there should be no reason why the police should not be effective. Police supposed to be effective, except even though I say I will not be political, they want to tell me that they want to do it in a partisan way. Because there were a lot of cases where Yeke Koluba, in fact, was attacked in Grand Jide County. How far is that investigation? There are several cases where people were attacked. How far is the CDC COP situation? There were a lot of cases. Today, you are coming back after a young man, as painful as it is, has died. You just want to push all to think that it's because you want to be partisan. It's not fair. It's not fair. You coming up with this investigation now after 3 months, according to what I've learned from you, that the incident took place long before now.
On the
You say
11th
died
of
from
August.
internal bleeding. So I'm just saying it in a nutshell that we need, effectiveness of the LMP, and they should not give us reasons to believe that they are partisan police. Even though we saw them in TDC t-shirt, all the kind of stuff.
But this whole thing about partisan police, is there any reason for one to even think that way? Because the police, is like taking every other case seriously, except you want to prove that
if you
wrong.
want to use your case, if you want to use your case, then that's a serious case. That mean that the police, because if you can allow somebody who was brutalized before, the way the police talk for somebody to write on Facebook, say, I want AK-47, don't give me rice, give me AK-47. The way they talk that thing, it shook the whole country. If they are taking a young man who are that situation, being brutalized like that, maybe they would have given him medical attention, because they would have used a basis like, oh, the man had internal bleeding. Maybe you have had medical attention by now. You don't wait for the man to die before you bring up a case. Whether Jerry Yimpan was attacked, don't see Jerry Yimpan. See a citizen of Liberia. I don't see Joshua as a citizen. I see him as a Liberian. So the police, I think the action is belated. We should not tolerate this. This should not be tolerated. So there are so many of these cases that are around, like Francis and other people have said. I mean, the police just want to give a reason that they want to be political with certain situations. But we should not politicize the death of this young man. I think, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want us to look at this thing from 3 perspectives, right? From 3 points. We've done the first one, looking at it from the angle of the police, what the police should have done, what the role of the police should be. But maybe I should go back to Cindy on this. Now, there are 3 parties involved with this whole thing, Cindy. Whichever way you put it, you're talking about the police, you're talking about the political parties, and you're talking about the very young people. All right. Now let's talk about the political parties a bit. The role of the political parties. What could those political parties? What could they have done? To have prevented this particular situation, or maybe minimize the impact of that whole chaotic situation that occurred.
Well, Nelson, I did not follow the event that led to the death of this young man. But what I heard was happening was that JMB was at that time putting his campaign team, was about to name his
the naming ceremony.
Ceremony. And then the event was interrupted by members of the CDC.
So let me just come in with that, right? So he was doing the naming ceremony at the rescue center in the Fiama area, around the Vamuma area there. And then in the process, even the CDC had some sort of gathering at their own place. And you have to pass through that corridor before getting there. And because of the tension, even JMB could not have that particular naming ceremony that same day. They had to postpone it. So the violence started from the Vamuma end, when some supporters of the CDC and some supporters of the Unity Party had a clash. There was this tension that resulted to a lot of people being wounded. A lot of people
to a point, that identical occasion was the announcement of the campaign team.
Yeah,
the naming ceremony took place in April. Yeah. The Nimi of running mate to play in April, so it
No,
was
no,
the
yeah,
of the
I'm
campaign
talking about
team.
Nimi members of the campaign team.
of
That's
the
what I
campaign.
meant. Yeah, yeah. So it was a kind of commotion. It was a tension between the two political parties that affected even some of the people who were not involved with this political thing that were going about their normal activities. Now, what do you think the both political parties could have done as a way of trying to curb this particular tension, or maybe even hereafter? I mean, what do you think the role of the political parties should be in addressing these kinds of issues?
Look, well, I don't know really. To be honest, Nelson, I think this is more on the national police. It will go back. Perhaps the political party could have increased their security, perhaps. But then again, the question is, were they even given enough security on that day?
Okay.
All political party, the United Party had enough state security, and the CDC had enough state security to prevent issues like this. If you know that you have two major political parties almost in the same area having events, there must be enough state security to protect the partisans and citizens that are moving about. And I think that's what Francis was speaking to earlier. So for the political party, we can continue to educate our people, your partisans and Liberians, on the importance of having events that are not resulting into violence. It's important that our political parties and political leaders continue to educate their followers how to go about the campaigns, how to go about representing them, how to go about talking about their issues without being personal. And this is not just limited to gatherings. This must also be extended to social media. When people appear on social media and personally attack political leaders, that can also provoke other people. And it can lead to chaos. We must educate ourselves and our people that politics don't have to be violent, don't have to result into violence. So all the political parties continue education on
Wow.
civil campaign.
In the case of the young people.
Yeah, and that's what some of us have been doing here. The young people must understand that it is important, why it is important to have a side, to admire a person, to trust in a leader, to campaign for a leader, a political leader. You must understand that politics should not lead into violence. I always say this. Those politicians, you will never see their sons and daughters in the same space you find yourself when campaigning. You will never see the sons of George Weah in the midst of the heat. So why kill another Liberian? It is okay to be passionate about George Weah. I believe in the campaign, I mean in the ideas of Alexander Clement, and subsequently supported the Unity Party. But should I go against my friends from the CDC side personally to the extent of using stone? Let us pass that stage. Let us build a new Liberia where we can tolerate different opinions. We can allow differences. We can allow diversity. That's the Liberia we should yearn for. That's the Liberia we should build. You killed Joshua. What did you get from it? On the Japan freeway, that young man that was also, I think they said he survived that incident.
Yeah,
But
report
that
has
young
it.
man, I can still watch that video, Nelson. You stoned that man almost to death. What did you get out of it? But Nelson, again, they will go back to the justice system. In order to prevent this kind of thing moving forward, or at least to minimize them, there must be justice. People must account for their action. Those that killed Joshua must pay for it, must be arrested, put behind bars, must never come out of prison. And so that the next young man, when he goes to campaign for another political leader, he will think of that individual or individuals behind bars for the death of Joshua and for the death of other people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, for instance, let's hear from you on this, from the perspective of the political parties and the young people. What do you think could have been done?
Yeah, I mean, Sandy said it all. The political parties need to warn their folks to be civil, but we know campaign rhetorics how they can get out of control. So when political parties are having events, the police should preempt any kind of problematic situation, and they should deploy security police force to all of these events. They should do that. They shouldn't wait to be asked. If they know United Party will be over here, CDC or LPP, whatever, they should provide security for those people. That way, they will help protect the citizens from themselves. The young people in Liberia, we talk about it all the time here. These people, Baka kids will not be in the mix of that. George Weah kids will not be in the mix of that. They are grown men and women, but they will not be in the mix of that. So you going over there and putting your life at risk, killing somebody else, risking going to prison for life or injuring yourself, that is not good. You got your life ahead of you. You should be focusing on bettering your future and electing people that will better your future. So I don't even want to go on that stuff too much, because one thing we forget, everything starts from somewhere. I always go back to the disrespect the officials have for the citizens by not treating the police force right, not providing proper security. Liberia is one of the poorest countries in the world, but the Senate and the House, they are in the top 5 countries in the world with the highest pay. Even the U.S. Congress doesn't get paid as much as the Liberia representatives and senators get paid. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? The great United States, the senators and representatives on a monthly basis that take home pay in U.S. dollars is not equal to what the Liberia Senate and representatives take home on a monthly basis. It makes zero sense. Then the people that are in the street that will say, go and prevent the riot, go and protect the citizens. They're walking, they're standing in traffic. Some of them wearing sneakers instead of boots with their uniform. They don't even have pepper spray or guns or batons to be able to protect themselves or the citizen. I know the new Congress coming in, but they're just a broker to go and buy them $60,000, $70,000 Jeep to give to these people like they've been doing in years past. Because these people should be, the U.S. don't provide cars for these folks. They should be providing their own cars. Or buying $20,000 Toyota Corolla. What are they doing? They don't go home anyway. They sit in Monserrado County and represent people in Maryland, represent people in River G, represent people in the Southeast. They don't even go home. If you sell one representative Jeep, it can buy 3 cars for police and put 4 police officers assigned to 1 car. You can even assign 2 cars to a police depot, and they can use it according to shift. When the first shift come in, those 4 officers or whatever will use that car to patrol that city. When that shift is over, they turn that car over, you do inventory, check it out, and the next group of officers drive that car. But no, the citizens do not deserve better, so they do not provide better for them. Because we were on the show here once when they called about armed robbery going on at somebody's house. I don't know if it was Raymond's family or Sylvester, somebody in Liberia. When you had to call the police, how long did it take them to get there? How long? For them to find the house. You see? So they don't respect the citizen. The citizens should feel insulted. Because, for example, even when it comes to healthcare, no proper healthcare for the citizen. Because who knows if there were proper healthcare, they would have done brain scan or whatever. Because when he got beaten out, I'm pretty sure he got rushed to like a clinic or somewhere or a hospital. But because of the lack of proper healthcare, they probably didn't detect. Because I've seen in the comment section people say, "Oh, that guy was at other rallies after August 11." But he probably went somewhere and he just cleaned his wounds and said, "Go home." And he probably felt fine a little bit. Because when you suffer internal bleeding, you don't see it on your face. Sometimes you just pass out and you're done. No school CAT scan was done on that brother to see what's going on internally. But
and you raise a very important point here, Francis, because if this young man was taken at a health facility and then he was treated and later discharged, then the next question is, how come the health facility did not figure out that there was internal bleeding? Because the essence of going to the health facility is to be able to establish all of those things as to whether there's internal bleeding and what to do to prevent that, to address that issue and so forth. But how come?
But Nelson, though, when people go to the hospital to get treatment, do they say go to the pharmacy, buy a medication, and come to the hospital? Do you think that facility has like a CAT scan machine or an X-ray machine to run his full body through and scan his entire body from his brain to the tip of his feet to see if there's anything going on internally? No. But I bet you when George Weah or Braca kids or one of those ministers' kids stop their toe or spring their toe, they will fly to Ghana or they will drive to Ivory Coast or fly to the US or someplace else to get the best of the best, the top of the line healthcare. But they insult the Liberian people, they steal their money, but then they tell them, screw you. You can die, I don't care. So long my family is taken care of. I don't care if you got better medical facility. I don't care if you die from internal bleeding because the nurses and the doctor can't figure it out because they don't have the equipment. You see? So that's why they should be looking at running after these people and killing each other about them. When they come in office, they drive big cars and you still sitting there walking by line counting light pole. For what? No police, no health care. That's ridiculous, man. How can you be in a country? But hopefully Braca got his job caught up for him. He come in and he better change that. He got to focus on three things: education, healthcare, and security. He got to focus on the three things. People can be building a fine houses in Liberia and turn it into a prison compound. Because in America, the only place I see barbed wire is on top of the prison compound. Window bars is the prison compound. Some of the prison compound don't even have window bars. But they got barbed wire. But look at people build houses in Liberia. You got to put barbed wire. You got to put glass bar over the fence. You got to put window bar behind your window. You got to put iron gate before you put a main door. Those people that got burned to death in their house, it's probably because they couldn't evacuate and the exit was blocked and they couldn't get out the window because maybe they had window bar there. The same window bar they used to keep criminals out was probably the cause of their death. God rest their soul. And why do people do all these things? Because of the lack of security. You have to protect yourself. And this is not just George Weah time. Before George Weah time, that's how we've been building houses in Liberia since the war. Because no security. And our people that come in power, they don't focus on the citizen, protecting the citizens. They focus on protecting themselves. They focus on protecting themselves. So that's why people have to protect themselves by doing all those things.
Thanks a lot. We will move to Dr. Kelvin. But there is this particular post, right? So there are lots of folks who are saying that, look, this individual, even after the incident occurred, he was still active. You know, he was still moving around. He was still actively posting on the social media and campaigning. And these are some of the these are some of the screenshots they have and posts and everything that he made even after the situation occurred. Like for example, one of these on the screen here says, and it's cool that we are now talking about this from the perspective of the political parties and the young people. He says, you think by beating me and other citizens mercilessly around your campaign office will make us change our identity as citizens, United Partisans. You lie. The next time you try it, you will have citizens to contend with. Just be warned. And then the other word I don't want to use and so forth. But is this and this is one of many posts, right? Now let's move to Dr. Kelvin. We're gonna move to you, Jerry, from the perspective of the young people now, because what you see or what I see here in this particular post is a young man who is very enthusiastic uh, about an institution, whatever he believes in, that he thinks has the solution. Someone who is willing to go at any length for, his political belief or whatever. I mean, but again, Dr. Kelvin, is there anything that you think the political parties can do to address these kinds of issues? Cindy, I know you want to come in or whatever, we will get back to you. But is there anything you think the political parties can do to sort of minimize these kinds of issues? And from the perspective of the young people, what do you think should be done to at least maybe minimize or prevent these kinds of issues?
Thank you very much, Mr. Kule and fellow panelists. You see, listen to you when you talk about the incident of this individual that passed away, may his soul rest on, and you're talking about the role of the police. And my brother, Francis, was trying to address just now. You talk about the role of the political party, and this is the question you're asking me now. And my brother Francis also addressed this. You talk about education. I was looking at another part of it. You
Okay.
see, the messaging we send, the political parties send, the message we send, we can send message of patriotism, of love, harmony, or instead of sending the message of violence. When we saw CDC sending towing Caste, those are messaging of violence. And when we saw Carol Gray carrying a tour on the U.S. article, the University of Liberia campus, that was the message of violence. So it depends on the kind of messaging you send across. So that is where you see people, young men. You see, we young people, we quick to practice what we see our stars, people that are before our leaders are doing. So when this kind of a messaging that been portrayed, so when we see it, we think that we can be able to practice. It's just like a little girl in the house by man. Then you see the mother wearing her sandal every time the woman want to go out. The small baby, the girl child will take that slipper and put it on too. And will try to wear it. As soon as the lift it, she will put it on her mouth. So this is the kind of messaging we send. The political parties that the CDC send out too much bad message. This is why you see it is like either for us or against you. So sometimes you'll be thinking to other people over there on the United Party, they were practicing the same thing that you practicing. It was not like that. It was something that, so you see, what happened to the ball? The brother have one of my brother said. He said no one scared that guy to carry him to the medical. And there's a good point. In fact, when you put up, they have factor. He said this, you see. So I think that the messaging for the political party should be. You should be very, very straight and come up with something of love when we run a political campaign. Should be something of messaging of good behavior, of tolerance, of something
Thank you.
of, yeah. So I think also the message for us as the new incoming government should also take into consideration these facilities that need to be taken care of. Like my brother was talking about the healthcare, the security. These are things that are very important. It's very, very important and educational factor. So I rest. And I look forward to discussing more.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Uh, yes, let's hear from you on this, Jerry.
Yeah, I just like to remind many of us young people, Let me start by this. That night when Joe Boakai George Weah took a phone to call Joe Boakai and say congratulations. He didn't need anybody to say Muya. He didn't say anybody. He didn't need anybody. But by the time he got a result, and when you saw them going to the executive mansion, going through all of the processes, they didn't need anybody to say Zegue. Or they didn't need anybody. Those of us that were killing ourselves, knocking each other. I'm a living victim of some of these political things in Liberia. I'm a living victim where you want to be attacking everybody because you support your side. People who know what I'm talking about, they monitor it, they know. I started being very active in the Liberian politics around 2007, 8, 9, young man coming up with enthusiasm, want to attack everybody. By the time now they say, oh, that time for Jerry to get smart in the post, oh, and I see Jerry who are talking the BBT, and I see Jerry who are doing it one. Like yesterday, one other young man who was part of that Cecily team called me and said, oh, my man, I want to go to KDR. I want to go to that place. So I said, oh, boy, almost 6 years ago, you call me, oh, bro, what happened? And before that time, you call me educated fool, you say, I can talk to now, I know bull. You see, you think if I have to send a link to him and tell him all of the processes. Because I know when I'm in Nobo, you some kind of way help somebody who knows somebody. So we should not allow ourselves to be used too much. We'll get our side. There are certain roles we will play. But to play the role of taking rock to knock your friend, the thing at time we will not do. The thing at Tantan will not do. The thing that all the time my daughter Jerry will not allow to can't do and join the region. If you want to protest, I will send my daughter Jerry in there. No. Let understand. So I know that Joseph Boakai is aware of all of these things. That's why he believes in the TVET. That's why in our program, we have the construction of modernized TVETs across the 15 counties. How to upgrade the Morovia Vocational, I know MVTC, so make sure that everybody must be busy to get something doing. Because if you get to go do your lay plumbing work, when somebody say protest, you say, no, my children got to find something to eat. So it's all about the leader. If certain people, like some young people, sometimes I pity them to be friends. I knew them from 2017. But their life even degenerated for the men that they insulted us for. I said, some of us, we didn't support we are. After that, I said, to come to Kenya. After that, I said, okay, I will come back to Korea. I said, I got privilege to come sit down here. So young people, from the political party perspective, we have to understand why we support these politicians. These politicians can go, the time we can sit down now after peeing in our body now, one of the girl kids you drinking it, using up. At the time they can go sit down somewhere and be talking. For example, if Sandy and I heated debate today about Dr. Kevin, then Sandy say, I don't want to support a man. Then later on they say, but man, that Jerry man there, I can support you, but go far from that Jerry picking. You think Dr. Kevin will compromise Sandy's support because of me? No. So I will die in the show. I just trying to make it simple. Assuming that like Bernard you and say, oh my man, I want to support you, but that other picking that will causing me must suffer in CDC. You finish, because Jogia want Bernard you support more than even making you to be serious. So we will always be victim, and we should not allow ourselves. I hope this election brought serious lesson to us. I'm a living victim. Some places where I expected I was sure getting the joy appointment, my man. When you got there, say, oh, but I ain't picking here, and I picking what doing it one here. Some Brabby now listen to me now, sending me inbound messages, they know what I'm talking about. I became a victim. Look at the young men who have died. Today, George Weah during transition. No matter what you do, George Weah president, you'll be accorded respect. Joe Biden will not grab the man, put him on here, be passing around when he's a former president. He's in the ECOWAS region. Even if somebody will take a phone and say, oh, My man, you gotta treat that man with respect. You gotta treat the man with respect. Some kind of call will come from somewhere. You think they will go back to you? You think we will get done? I want somebody to tell me from the president, I say, my man, the president say, everybody will cry that won't cry. So whether you want to purchase, I know what kind of Sisulu you being out there. You think you'll go to American embassy, they'll tell you see where you won't come to America? They already know that you don't want to be your friend to get a video. That thing happened. That one of the things that affected one of our men, Achi Pompon, who burned himself. They should have flown him to America. But because he burned that flag,
It's the Norwegian flag. The Norwegian flag.
The Norwegian flag. So the U.S. embassy was concerned. So is it not a man who burned the Norwegian flag? So we can bring it to our country. The man is a violent man. That's how our brother says suffering in there. Had it not been for that Norwegian flag, you think people never raise money to take Ajipompon out of that country? To tell you if the U.S. embassy can look at somebody dying and still say, no, you are a violent person. It's a message to us young people as we form part of political parties, as we support politicians. I share my experience with you today to let you know, no matter the case, you can support your candidate. But beware that all go mean the Kobosha. All mean the Ataisha. All will be everywhere you're talking about. Don't see your friends say because I support it, you ought to talk too much and make and talk. Papa here go. See how men are dying now. Nobody happy. It should not be. No one person should be attacked because of their difference with the other person. So, me, I tell you, I support Joseph Baka, but there are certain people who are my friends in the CDC. I respect them. I don't cause their man, I don't cause their pa. When I see that post on Facebook, if I don't comment, nobody will be me. Now, me get my Facebook page. Like, I don't want to get my mouth. If I want to talk on certain things, no, if I didn't want to come on the show today, Nancy will not send police for me.
I will send police for you.
Nobody will help me. So why you want to kill yourself for the people who will be drinking wine tomorrow? You didn't see President, we are incoming President Joe Biden smiling, walking in the corridors of the executive mansion. You think they will not be at the inauguration? They will be there shaking hands. They may have the policy difference and straightforwardness. But by that time now, you way down. I don't worry or doing muya like that woman who see you say she never fair for. Yeah. I cry for you. So, I mean, in a nutshell, bro, young people, let learn, but I know Joseph Baga have strong policy to make up basic. You want to go do your plumbing, you can do it.
Thank you.
Want to go do a lady, you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jerry. No, yeah, Sandy, you wanted to make a quick point?
Yeah, I mean, Jerry, today you have the go ahead to just take over the show. I mean, you were on point. You were solely on this thing, my man. It's sad. Like you said, JNB and George, we are shook hands, but we have people that die in their name. Just imagine. You die, you're gone. Some people crippled now, hurt, you know, they will never be the same. JMB and George, we are shook hands. They will shake hands again at the inauguration. They wish, and I mean, I don't want to repeat everything you said, but it's just solid. But I want to add, Nelson, most of those young men and women that are on the street that have been militarized are not doing that just because of either George Weah or JMB or Cummins. They are doing that, mostly you will find them doing those things because of the people in between. The Jefferson Kochi, the Samuel Tuer, and all those people in between, they have their own groupings. They have their own young people that they influence, they tell come out. Those people in between, we must also speak to them. Stop turning our young men and women into some military grouping. Stop. If you want to help them, it's okay. But to get them so involved in politics in such a negative way, stop. Most of those people come out because they are promised jobs or money, or some sort of opportunities. We got to stop this. Liberia is all we have. We have one another. We have each other. Let us go through the campaign. And when the campaigns are done, let me still be comfortable to see Rita Pele in a restaurant and say, Rita, let's eat. To see Edwina Blamo and say, Edwina, let's eat. Let's shake hands. To see my brother Jerry and say, brother, we disagree, but let's do that. It happens here. Where in the United States you see people just everywhere on the street for Joe Biden, for Trump, and people protest here and there. But it don't go as crazy as we do it in our country. We got to learn from this.
Thank you. And I think those are very great points. Now, I want us to end on this note. Jerry, you spoke of the handshake, right? You said President George Weah and the president-elect, Ambassador Barker, they shook hands in the corridor and they were laughing, right? Is this the kind of handshake you are talking about? This kind of handshake?
Yeah, look, beside that handshake.
This kind of long distance handshake?
No.
Is that what?
No, it's not time to hug now. The time to hug is there. Some of the things they're doing there, they will not call you and myself. You will not see someone else.
Jerry,
You're not allowed.
You mean this kind of handshake? I mean,
protocol there. The protocol is that do that handshake for photo. That photo handshake there.
Jerry, there's a photo handshake. The big brother, the big brother and the small brother. You can see the man, the big brother most stable, firm, and the small brother is submitting.
That's it.
But anyway,
the post for a photo. The post for a photo.
Yeah, the post for the photo. But one important point, one quick one. How long? And I don't know. Maybe some of the experts or whatever following the show now, maybe they could weigh in their thoughts at any point in time on this one. But I'm here trying to establish as to how long does this whole internal bleeding thing goes for before leading to death, right, Jerry? Because we know here that this incident occurred on the 11th of August. We're talking about over 3 months, almost 4 months before the death of this man, right? So if you are to link the death to maybe what happened on the 11th, then, I mean, we need to answer the hard question of just how long does this whole thing go for? How long? Jerry, you want to weigh in your thoughts on that? Don't you not a health person?
I want the man who is a health practitioner to come last, then he climb and say, yeah. Because maybe when he gave a thought now, then, I mean, I'm talking about Sunday. Like for me, maybe I may speak out of ignorance, but I've seen a lot of people who have had issue concerning internal bleeding. Maybe it takes up to So I mean, it doesn't really matter how long maybe it takes. Maybe I could be.
You mean up to a year? Internal bleeding?
I said up to a year. I saw somebody who died from internal bleeding as the death certificate, and because the person being sick, and then they say that internal bleeding and all of that was up to a year. But I mean, the issue is the reason why I would like to advise. We will hear the expert opinion, but then it also boils down to the article delay of the LMP. If they have taken the issue as a serious matter, like the way you saw when the United Party people were ran into by that vehicle, and then they took all of them to the hospital, everybody was concerned. Because if anything happened, the police, if they have come on the scene and make it look the serious matter, they were investigated through medical examination. And then they would have known if that hospital, whether JFK couldn't have intervened, they would have done that. But the timing right now, for me, I think internal bleeding goes beyond that, except if Sandy expressed an opinion that runs contrary to mine, then I will have to respect it because he have a strong foundation in that area.
Yeah. And this is important because in order to link, and that's my point, in order to link this, we gotta know how long does this go for? Because sometimes you hear people say that, look, this thing about internal bleeding, it kills so fast, right? Others will say no, it takes longer time, it's in there, but you want to weigh in your thoughts on this, Francis? Maybe we just go to Cindy.
Actually, yeah. I mean, unless Dr.
No
Kelvin
idea on
wants to
that.
say
Yeah.
something, but
Okay.
I will refer to the expert on the panel.
So I mean, Jared is right. So there is not usually internal bleeding when it's so severe. Death can occur within 6 hours, right? Or even sometime less than that. But let's say if the provider are able to manage some of the blood flow, it could lead to common, it could lead to delay of that. They can try to prevent some of the bleeding. It depends how severe or less severe it is. So it could go for months. So in this case, the brother was probably his bleeding were not so intense that they were trying to manage some of the influx of blood. And I don't know if he was in coma. I don't know if he was ever in coma.
There's no
But
report.
with few months of having internal bleeding in the hospital, it's possible that he was probably in coma and they was trying to resuscitate him. And maybe eventually he couldn't come out of it.
No, but Cindy, after that, you can see the post on his page. He was out of the hospital.
Yeah,
actively.
He was out of the hospital.
Yeah, he was out.
Yeah, he was not in the hospital throughout.
Actively doing.
Then it wasn't severe. So so again, here is the thing. It probably wasn't severe in the beginning, but then there should have been some thorough treatment to ensure that it does not continue, that it do not miss anything. So if you release the man, and this is actually I'm glad you shared this because this actually happened to me. My brother has similar issue. They sent him home from JFK. And in less than a month, he passed. They say he was okay. You okay, go home. In less than a month, the man passed. Similar situation. In his case, and I'm sure the same thing that happened here, they mistreated him. They did not thoroughly treat the issue. I mean, you cannot just release a person and the person die a few days or a few weeks, from the same issue. So there's some level of mistreatment.
And that's the point. That's the point right there, Cindy, because the essence of going to the health facility in the first place is for them to detect all these things. And like what you just mentioned, I think it says a whole lot about even the health sector.
Yeah.
Our own system here in the country, and how vulnerable we are, because if someone will have such an issue and go to the health facility, that person should be examined thoroughly to ensure that everything is on point before discharging the individual. But what we're seeing here is that the guy was at the hospital, he was later discharged, and then he went home. He was going about his normal activities and everything. There are some folks who are even saying in the comment section that the guy was seen campaigning and doing some other stuff after the visit at the hospital, right? Which suggests that this individual thought within himself that he was just okay, and that and even the nurses or the doctors, the health practitioners, thought that he was okay. And then they discharged him. But again, that's
So
that's that's
what had
that's that's
happened
that's
is,
that
and
that
this
is
happened on his head, right? So this is it happened in his
yeah,
skull, right? So
yeah.
initially, it may not have been severe, right? But like I said,
Okay.
to your point also, they still should have ensured, make sure that they have investigated, researched everything to ensure that there is not anything that they could miss. Because in the skull, when it's not treated immediately, could lead to death. You may feel number, you may feel like nothing happened, but after a few days, few weeks, then you start to feel the
Mhm,
impact, right? As if it's not
mhm.
captured immediately. And that's exactly what happened to this man. He went in
Wow.
there, they saw the what his head,
The
tried to
wound.
treat it
Yeah.
from the outside, but did they
Yeah.
go further? Was there any sort of X-ray done on this man's hair? Was there any sort of MRI performed on this guy to find out whether there was some internal crack, internal damage that they could have focused on? They
Hmm.
sent him home. He felt he was okay. Probably they gave some sort of pain medication. It eased his pain down for a few days, few weeks. He went back to a campaign. They felt he was okay because of those pain medication. But internally, the damage were ongoing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, that's a great one. Um. So JMB touchdown. There's a statement from the um from the office of the vice president elect. Uh. And he's in the United States now. Uh. Did any of you come across the statement today? That particular statement from the office of the. Okay, maybe I should just get it and read it out here real quick. But that's Ambassador Boakai, the president elect, and the first lady there. So let me just read quickly. We're about to go to the lines to take few calls. Today is weekend, so we're not here too long. But let me just read through this. We have here. Okay, this is it. So 17 hours ago, the office of the vice, no, sorry, the office of the president elect of the Republic of Liberia, press release. It said President elect Joseph Yuma Boakai and delegation have arrived in the U.S. December 2, 2023. President elect Joseph Yuma Boakai and Mistress Katumu while Boakai have arrived in the United States of America. The aircraft conveying the president-elect and Mistress Boakai touched down at uh, at the Newark International Airport, New Jersey at 7 p.m. local time. The incoming president of Liberia is expected to begin his engagement with stakeholders in the coming hours. And there you see on the stream the photograph of the president-elect when he touched down in the U.S. Today it should be today there in the US, but in Liberia here is yesterday because it's we already in the next day, December
Yesterday too,
15th.
because after 12 here now, so it's yesterday too.
Okay, okay. So I think we can
The
go to the
US
lines.
has 6 time zones, so
But
Imagine that.
Jersey, I'm in Jersey, so it's
so it's
yesterday.
still today to me.
Jerry is that guy that is ahead of all of us.
It's
Imagine Jerry saying
2:22
it's
p.m., man.
2
2:22
p.m.
p.m.
2 p.m. How Korea
222.
managed to see daylight before everybody? Anyway.
When Master Jesus can will decide who come, maybe we'll say other people that should fit.
So let's take few calls now. Let's take few calls on this, and then we just come back to do our closing. You can close with just whatever you like to touch on, but Call us up now on 0555 you've been following the discussion. 0555 or the WhatsApp line is there on the stream. You can call via WhatsApp, and we'll be able to take you as you try to make your point. Let's take our first call here from this end. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, your name and where you call from.
My name is Taylor Tama, calling from GS0.
Okay, Taylor. What's your contribution to the discourse?
Yeah, brother, this show we have been wishing one day so I can call on this show so I can be here.
Okay.
I want all the victims from the CDC level government. The accident that took place to Louis Brown Place last year, January 31st. My brother, my condition is getting worse. I'm really, really suffering right now. As I speak, I've always been fighting hard for on the show.
Okay. Thank you.
I beg you. Monday, by the grace of God, I'll be coming to the radio station one more time that for you to help me to get on the show.
Okay, thank you. You can always do that. Yeah, you can always do that, my brother. Let's see if we take our first call via the WhatsApp line. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're live. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, Nursingham, Mr. Bayo. I'm calling from my residence in Pennsylvania.
Okay, let's hear you, sir.
I got 2 points to strike.
Yeah.
Point number one, I want to find out when this diagnosis that the guy died from internal bleeding. Was it at the beginning of the incident or that just now they found it out? And how? Because Francis said at the beginning that there is no or scanner in Liberia. So how did they know that it's internal bleeding that the guy died from? That's my point there. Then secondly, since the 11th of August, this incident occurred, your Patterson had been lying down in the hospital, was sick. And CDC had almost 50 million to run campaign. Why they did not take this guy for treatment out of the country? Had it been one of them or a child that had that problem, they would have taken him to at least Ivory Coast or Ghana or somewhere for better treatment. Why they did not do that? Thank you.
Okay, so for the aspect of the CT scan, I don't want to believe that we don't have a CT scan in the entire country. We have some very good health facilities here as well. Though they are not those ones that the average Liberian income will be able to take you to, but yes, there are some good ones here as well.
They're pretty much nothing. It's not available. If the average person can afford it, it's not available. So it's not for that. If a Joria and Paga family, it's not for the average person.
And now the way I can just run to the clinic where I see my doctor, then it be my whole body.
Yeah. So yeah, but let's take more calls. I see Josh is trying to come in. Josh, good morning. Welcome. It's good to have you on.
Thank you. Nelson, can you hear me?
You're a bit low, but you can just step up a bit, then you go ahead.
I'll just step it up. Look, Nelson, I've been following the show, even though look, I'm having lunch with my family here. It's so frustrating, you know, when people cannot condemn the violence that killed this guy, and they're talking about medical facility. And I heard, look, I just want to say this, and I will say it once, and that will be it. If you guys are people have already won the election, they are responsible for the peace we got in Liberia. If they cannot lower the rhetorics, we will make Liberia ungovernable for them. It is simple as that.
Josh, you can make don't bring that Akara's great thing here, better Liberia, ungovernable Liberia, my man. No, but we all have to be preaching.
I listen to Jerry, and he's talking about money to do this, money to do that. Even the other caller that just came up talking about 50 million. You gave 50 million to the CDC. He did not. And these people cannot condemn the violence that they even see on the footage, on the video on Facebook, and they are talking nonsense. We make like
No,
government,
no, Josh.
they will just get ready for
Josh,
us. We will do that. We will do that.
Josh. So,
That's what we're gonna do.
what can you say equally to the Christopher Cecilu situation? I mean, these are all violent situations that have been going on, and people have been condemning it. Josh, everybody will not do. Yeah.
I don't know who is Christopher you're talking about. The one who is dead is called Joshua. And I want to say anybody who has been involved or who has been a victim of any violent attack during this election, we condemn it to the latest because we all want a peaceful Liberia. George Weah is a peaceful man. Just the way he relinquished the presidency of Liberia because of peace. That's what we are, because we follow him, we follow peace. But these guys who are very desperate, they've all won election, but they are still trying to be rhetorical in everything they say. If they want to do that, we stand up.
So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. We want a peaceful and a calm Liberia right now. That's what we're going
for. Taking a vacation from the show, then you call it.
Hello, you live. Let's hear you.
Yes. Good morning, my brothers. Finding somebody a call from New Georgia as Asia District 13.
Go ahead quickly.
Yes, my brother, this is getting serious every day. Like yesterday, you said I sleep with fear in my room. Yes. Also, guys in my community know I'm supporter of Unity Party. Came to me yesterday. They told me say okay, our policy we attack girl, we pay there. Well, our both doing a thing. My brother, this government, incoming government is governed by law. Also, me, I wouldn't be afraid of whosoever you can attack me. Well, no, if you attack me, say you kill me.
No, we're not going there. But thank you for your contribution. I appreciate that. Let's not go to let's not use this situation to inflame anything here. I mean, Liberia is making progress now. Our democracy is maturing. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I thank God my life is hanging in there. I call you for two reasons. First thing, thank you and to the panelists. Andrews is my name. Who stood to you to the car? I've gone to the office there 2 different times. And the CEO sent me there. And I'm starting. I come in 1 minute, please. The first thing, I can move around. And I was just calling you today. Call when you. At least while I'm there, we will find something to eat. But the line was freezing. So you hold to my call. You're not able to take my number. At least while I'm going through the pin to find something to eat. Secondly, I am begging you what you said last night. I understand. I don't want to be calling on radio. I'm a career person. I'm not a baker. I'm an engineer. I can work and support others. I want you to please, I'm still waiting for God blessing to remove the iron from my foot. I want to purchase a crutches. Somebody is selling some right near me and telling me $60. At least if I get a crutches, I can be able to move around the foot to help me even buy my drugs.
Okay. So
what is his number?
Come again?
What is his number?
Andrew, call. Just read a number out quickly.
081
0881
081
544
827.
827.
Okay. I beg you, nursing. Continue to pray for me.
881 544 827.
0881 544 827.
Okay.
All right, Andrew, I will call you.
All right. Asking mommy in prayer.
Okay.
This condition.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Let's take this person here. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, Senator Jida, I call you from Congo Town.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on it. On that issue of the internal, as I'm a medical student, but I'm not thinking about it. I think it will depend on how severe that person is. Like, I have a like a ramble back to, so like I've got certain souls in my tire. You can go like, so not 2 days. If I come to that, I will go 2 days. I'll be riding. By the time you have a soul, so it depends. The plot the soul that is, etc. It depends how much. In most instances, doctors don't easily detect that you have internal pain because the pain is within, and let me say, you don't get it, that you have. So it happens in most unfortunate situations. Before the people get to realize that you either have maybe coma or something. So that's my view on it, even though I'm a very practical medical person, but I have a degree in biology with emphasis in medical science.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let's take another person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from.
My name is Edwin. We are calling for Louisiana.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, when we are saying issue, we got to be red and the see with the issue. What happened to the late Zulu Miller, who was the general to OJFM? We want to interview president. We are on the football field, SKB. This guy beat me the next guy. The all people came by the say it was not the big guy. Why we cannot be fair to issue? Let us see this way, man. Money is 1-to-1.
Oh.
We have problem, they got problem.
Thank you.
And unity part all we need to be in this country. We don't need to be 14, be strong, how should we do that? I did the way you man.
Thank you. Don't get angry about this thing. Don't get emotional about it. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, my name is Mark, calling from the 3.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, but something happened. Says that I'm launching a complaint. The municipality people never take my case. I don't know why.
No. We don't launching complaint here today. Is we want you to make a contribution to the discussion. Hello. Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, it's Nelson.
Nelson, you're live on the late night show. Let's hear you. Hello. We take this person. Hello. Hello. We take another one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Nelson.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Nelson, my name is violent to be in the country today to defile of the labyrinth. It is stuff of investigation. 2005, 2011, labyrinth were not looking since CDC power that they are not the country. Everything they say, oh, you are not Palestinian or citizen. You could need people in the country, so that they don't be
okay.
In the country.
Thank you.
So we are asking for talking to our president Joseph Parker to keep together.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's read it. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, I'm Rita Pere. I'm calling from Johnson.
Rita, go ahead. You're live on the show.
Okay, thank you very much. What's on my mind is that looking at our health sector, our security sector, and the education sector, we need to just come together as a Liberian, put away our political differences, yes, and see how best we can build a better place for us and our children.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thanks a lot. We take 2 more calls and then we wrap up. I want to say welcome to the show. I saw Maggie here as well. Okay, Maggie.
Thank you, Nelson. I got an SOS call from a baby shower, so
That's all me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Uh let's take another one here. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
You know what? Ibrahim Kamara. I'm from Bunafan.
Okay. Go ahead, Kamara. Let's hear you.
Uh, I heard my brother was just talking about what happened in our first campaign
Mm-hmm.
to, and I got a place here to Momo.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are listening to you who want to take the bigger action. All those that made a crime.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're gonna hold it. Okay, let me just squeeze in this final one. Hello.
Hello.
Quickly, your name and where you call from. Oh, we lost that person. So we'll come back to do our closing now because we are out of time. And I don't see Francis here, but I think Jerry is in the background. Um so we can start to do the closing with Dr. Kelvin, and then once we get Jerry on, and then we just make the rounds.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kole. I would like to say thank you very much for always being on this show and all other panelists that come here to make the contribution for our people to get some information and inspiration from Spoon. We'd like to appreciate the Spoon family, and we would like to say that for my closing, I would like to talk to the young people. As
Okay.
you can see, most of us on this show, we are partly young people like our other brothers in Liberia. And for me, I will tell you part of my story. I'm from a very humble background, and and I don't take it lightly when it comes to Liberian, because I like to see my young people making contribution to their people, and I feel that every one of the people that participate in the political process is that they want to make the contribution, but sometimes they make it wrongly. So our people, like our panelists said, we have been too much hypnotized by the rhetorics of our people, the messaging that come out. So I think it's wrong for us to result into violence, to fight against each other. Well, you look at your friend like you, that because this man is a United partisan or CDC partisan, it's wrong, to fight each other when it comes to this kind of a process of selecting our leaders. So I want our Liberian people, my brothers that in viewing land are listening to us, to understand that we don't need to result into that, to fight one another. We are all Liberians. Well, we can talk together, we can joke together, and we can be able to reason together like we all do here. So what I'm trying to say to you that are listening to us out there, to please calm down on this issue of violence against your brother. Know how you talk to your fellow Liberians. And at the end of the day, when we all come together, we can reason. It means that Liberia win. So this is what I want to say to you, and I also want to say thank you, and thank you, sister, for coming, sister. I mean, and that lady that called, yeah, that lady that called. I want to thank her very much for listening at the part of the night. I know it's late in the night, but she can wake up to still make contribution. She's doing well. Thank you. I submit.
Thanks a lot. Then we take your closing, Jerry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let me follow suit with Dr. Kevin. My fellow Liberians, I would like to say elections are over. Joseph Boakai is going to be president, not only for River G, not only for anybody else, but the Republic of Liberia. If you build a road from Nimba to Grand G there, one person will put a potato green on that road. He do it same from Basel to Greenville, Barclayville. One person is going to benefit. If he straighten the economy, one person will go on the market and get everything done. If you build the health sector, one person will go to hospital there. You will be the president of the Republic of Liberia. Whether you are a supporter of the rescue mission, whether you didn't support the rescue mission, all of us, sometimes the Bible says if your friend offend you and they are ashamed to come and say sorry. Reach out to them as a good Christian. Say, look, let's leave this thing. The Bible says your anger should not last from morning hour to sunset. Let's go beyond every other thing. We are one Liberia, and we are all Liberians. We agree there will always be political differences, but let us not see elections now. Let's see one Liberia. If you and your friend, because of some reason, you are not eating kobo together, thank God now all election finish. So let's build this country. Are you able to sell potato green, focus on it. Are you able to do teaching, let me do it. Are you able to do any other thing? This is a country that we all can build. Anything you ought to shine your shoe so that at least you can get more people going to wear shiny shoe. Are you able to do your plumbing well? So many things. These are things, and think about positive things that can build our economy. That's what Joseph Boakai after. Joseph Boakai ain't seen no blue Liberia, according to him. He ain't seen no green Liberia. He sees one Republic of Liberia that you'll be president of. But one thing he can guarantee you, under your administration, you won't steal. Just sit down in your economy. When you're in your government, no stealing being there. And the people that steal before, don't mind them. They didn't buy your car. The money they told, now your car they buy. The money they told, now your house they pay. So when Joseph Baker said, the people money that's sort of poor medical, let them know we're talking about, that die. If there were good health system, the time they talk about that internal bleeding, that man who have lived by now, they were going to treat it immediately. So everybody will be treated. Let us leave the campaign moon. All the people have been doing muya for today. Some of them get houses in South Africa. Some of them get houses in Africa. Some of them get houses in Dubai. Like you to get a houses too. Sit down now and say, God, thank you for me living. You are not like Joshua, me. So rest in peace. Let's think about positivity and moving forward. If you disagree with anybody, take it easy. Now, Liberia here, the person you'll be wishing bad for, by the time you go low, that person you will see you. They'll thank you plenty. Yeah, my people. That one Liberia, Joseph Baker go to govern. He going to govern United Party people. Thank you.
Thank you. So, because Jerry came from church today, the man started with a scripture. Anyway, the man telling you when they slap your left ear, you should show the right ear so they can put another one there. Don't retaliate.
Yeah, my man. That is the
Thank you.
what the Bible
But
says.
Jerry, I'm beginning to sense out that you are not the good messenger for that message. You are very reactive to tell some anyway. But then you go ahead.
No, my man. At times people trust Mogrify, in some. He take off some jacket. I took off my jacket. My brother George.
Thank you.
I've been like that, man. Both parents are pastors. They are all reverend in River G there. I'm telling you.
Oh my word.
So I understand the Bible. If you want for us to go to quotation, I can go, my brother.
No, forget it. I don't want to go to quotation. But Sandy, go ahead. Let's hear you do your closing.
Well, let me close here by again sending my condolences to the family of Joshua.
Yeah.
And I also want to say to the Liberian National Police that gave us the assurance today that they will get to the bottom of this case. I want to say thank you. We heard you, and we hope that you will bring justice to the family of Mr. Joshua. May his soul rest in peace. This is the second, we talk about Madam Mususka, whose case also has kind of surfaced again with Jefferson Koji being asked to appear and to bring Vali Tali, I believe that's his name. And now we are hearing from the police that they are going to get to the bottom of Joshua's case. Those are good things. I hope now we will continue to see this level of momentum from the justice system, whether the police, the courts, to get to the bottom of issues and do it professionally. Um, and hopefully it's a new day for our justice system.
Thank you.
Look, I also want to say it's a good thing that JMB arrived here safely, and we look forward to seeing or hearing some good news. It's believed that he's going to be engaging with some state leaders and Liberians all across the U.S. or some parts of the U.S. Um, some people been speculating that he's here for some medical reasons. We know that comes January, he's our president. So whatever others are thinking, we know that God has brought him this far, and He will ensure that he lives very long to lead Liberia in a better place.
Thank
you. It has been a good show. We are out of the campaign season now, so I don't want to go back to, asking young Liberians how to behave. But let us just live together as Liberians. That's all I can say. We are all Liberian. We want a better Liberia, and a better Liberia we will have. But it is upon us, all of us, to build a better Liberia together. Thank you, Nelson.
Thanks a lot, Sandy. Thank you for that. I see some folks asking for Andrew's number. So Andrew's number is for you asking for his number. Andrew's number is 0881544827. 0881544827. So I mean, you can do your closing.
Hi guys.
Yeah. So you came to
What
church
is
late,
it?
but you can close and open at the same time.
Nelson, you gave out Andrew's number, and I just wanted to say something quick, if it's okay. I spoke with him. When I got the number, I spoke with him. So people that are asking for the number, please reach out to him. I mean, this guy been calling here almost.
Yes, he has. Mm-hmm.
So this is a very serious issue. When I spoke with him, he was crying. He have an iron in his foot from some accident, and he just asking for help. He need $1,800 to do an operation to remove that iron from his foot. This guy been calling since I've been on this show for the past 4 or 5 months. He been calling. So I have his numbers. Those that looking for his numbers, get his numbers, and hopefully all of us can rally around to help this brother. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Nelson. So I was at a baby shower, and when I was on my way home, I look at my phone. I saw people, get on this show. I'm like, what's going on? So
okay,
so that's the
we can
SOS
see
call.
you're all in the baby shower mood. You see Kebe is waving, and all of that.
Yes. So that's what brought me on, even though the show is over. Yeah, and I see. Yeah, thank God for a safe arrival to the U.S. JMB and his beautiful wife and the entourage. And like Cindy said, we look forward to hearing good news, right?
Yeah.
And about this brother that passed away, my condolences to his family and friends for what had happened. We said it was, over and over, we have said it here before that violence, it's wrong. It doesn't matter what side, anyone confront a human being is a human being, right? No one deserves to lose their life over something so silly because my own party is in the other area and your party is in the other area, or you're having fun and I'm going there to disturb it and something. It's bad. Okay. But for those who are playing politics out of it, I said we are still in election period and trying to use this to do other things. It's sad. This is a person that you should be praying that the proper investigation be done. That
They can't just go in because you see people on video just slap them one time and you say, "Oh, the person killed them. Go grab them and put them in jail." No, there's more to that than just seeing, somebody post slapping somebody and you think because the person died the next day that the person killed them. There's a lot of investigation that needs to be done and to come and to bring, justice to the young man, whatever happened, so we can know the story. What we see on those videos did not tell the full story. The only story it tells is that this young man got brutalized, and we don't know whether the fatal blow or whatever. Nobody know who did that or the group of people because there was a lot of people. On that day, a lot of people got hurt. Whether it be a citizen or UPS or whatever, a lot of them, and which not even supposed to happen at all, but it did. And the election is over. We should be asking the police to do a proper investigation to bring justice to his family. Now, some people, oh, y'all can't help partisan. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. If you want to do your nonsense, take the late Joshua name out of your BS. Go and do it, and you will face the law. But don't put the people's son's death as you're angry and bitter. I watch you.
I mean, you have to conclude.
Don't put your something in the people's son's death and try to bring your partisan team to it because you do the one to our partisan, will do the one. Yeah, that's not what that is about, and I don't think his family will appreciate that. So we need to stop it and try to find. Like I said, everybody got hurt in this something, and if all those people going ahead and doing party this, party that, our country would not be a peaceful place to live. So we should all stop that. And once again, my sympathy to the family, and I pray that the police get to the bottom of it as well. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Amit, for coming in. Though you came in late, but we appreciate the fact that you've been able to
All right,
show.
Nelson, you don't gotta be bringing it. We know.
You are able to show up, and Dr. Kelvin, we want to say thank you for being here tonight. No, Jerry already did his closing, Kebe. Jerry not doing closing again. Jerry did a closing, right?
Yeah. I did close. Except you want me to.
No. I don't want you to. No, I just don't want you to.
There is a request in the chat room that you should please go over Andrew no more again. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Andrew. Andrew's number. Let me.
I mean, do it like you're doing 1, 2, 3. Do it slowly.
Okay.
Write it down.
So we need to raise some money.
0881 544 827 0881 544 827. That's Andrew's number. Yeah. So again, I want to say thanks to all of you. Thank you, Dr. Kelvin. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks to you, Cindy. And thanks as well, Amy. Thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate all of you. It was a quiet show tonight. The show wasn't rather noisy, and it's like when Jerry and his man and his brother, how you call him, George, start on the show, that it thought they can bring all that kind of tension into on the show.
Oh, the other day I was not on the show here when the noise came up.
No, like you and Josh can bring the tension on the show.
That combination is not good.
It's not good. It's not good at all. So listen, it's like the way the day Josh coming on the show, Jerry will stay back. The day Jerry coming, Josh stay back. You see, Josh not on the show, Jerry here, the show fine. But again, I want to say thanks to everyone. Josh is one of few.
But the issue is controversial. Then for me, if you have a citizen here, I can show face. Because I want Josh to go away walking.
Josh is one of the panelists on this show who fights with the guys in the comment section. Josh, why are you fighting with the guys? Anyway,
we have this show was not good for his health. I don't know. The doctor have changed.
I heard him last night. I was like, whatever, George, you'll be back.
But George is having
John know
dinner.
he let it show here. You know he let to carry a lecture. John in opposition Muna say he want to put on the defensive. You know?
Okay, man, guys, it's been a great show. I appreciate all of you. And we look forward to coming again tomorrow. No, tomorrow will not be here, but Monday at your end. It will be Tuesday morning at my end. Yeah.
Great.
Good night, guys. Yeah.
Good night, gentlemen, lady.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful
night.
You hear myself fight before you can't yourself. You Nelson.
Oh my word. Oh my word. No, Jerry. No, Jerry, we'll talk after the show. We'll talk after the show.
I'll be waiting for your call. I have tea on.
I mean, sleep carry me after now.
You know you my in-law. You know you my in-law from Bonkante. You must be there. You be joking.
Man, we'll talk after the show.
He wasn't. You can call about whatever, you know.
No, I mean, my wife is from Bonkante. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the man is coming from. Yeah. But Jerry, we'll talk. Okay. Okay, so folks, thanks a lot for being here with us on this edition of the program. The Late Night Show will be back on not tomorrow, but the day after. We're skipping a day to take a break. We'll be back. Our co-moderator Moroba Zokia hopefully will be with us on Monday. He's recovering, and I guess and I know he's doing better now. He'll be with us on Monday. They will come your way again. My name is Nelson Colette. This is the Spoon Network. Thanks for following. We appreciate all the radio stations relaying this program. Have a good night, and bye-bye for now.